Have you had a power outage that lasted way too long? Not only is all the food in your refrigerator bad, but you also now don't have AC in the middle of summer in Louisiana? Yeah, in moments like those, I wish I had some solar panels, or at least the knowledge to set up my own system so that I could have gotten free AC from the sun. But I actually live in a tiny home on wheels, and I've been living full-time in my van for about a year now. I live off of a solar panel system that I built myself. I had no prior knowledge, which makes me wish I would have had this information to prevent myself from making all the mistakes that I did in the beginning when I didn't know anything. And according to solarpanelworld.com, people actually save about $1,400 a year on electricity costs, which is, for some people, actually replacing their entire electricity bill, which is pretty awesome. Now, this efficiency and how much you save all kind of depends on the location of your solar panels, what kind of solar panels you get, how you wire them, and what kind of battery you connect them to. So we're going to kind of talk about that today. And as we just jump right into it, you have two different types of solar panels. You have your monocrystalline and your polycrystalline. When you break those words down, that simply just means one crystal and many crystals. So with that, you have your monocrystalline panels. Not only are they very sleek, very lightweight, very slim, easy to store, and they're super durable, but they're made with a one single crystalline silicone. This gives the electrons tons of energy and areas to move around in, which lets them move more freely and create more energy and a better flow. With polycrystalline panels, they are actually a bunch of silicone fragments compressed together, which are then used to create what they call wafers. And these wafers are then also put together to create your full-size solar panel. Now, as you can imagine, that takes up a lot more room than just a single crystal silicone. So the electrons don't have a lot of room to move around, which lowers the efficiency of the panel in its entirety. So even though polycrystallines are a lot more affordable, sometimes it's worth paying a little extra for the higher efficiency and higher quality solar panel. And when you begin to put those all together, you'll be connecting your solar panel to a battery or inverter. There's a whole bunch of different choices that you have within those, but we're just going to talk about the main two today, which is going to be your regular battery or inverter and your lithium watt battery or inverter. So with your regular battery, you have what is called a lead acid battery. Now this is a lot larger and a lot heavier, but it's a little bit safer than a lithium watt battery. The main difference that people use to judge these two batteries and choose is that with a lead acid battery, you actually can only run that down to about 50% before it needs to be recharged. If you let it go past that, you actually risk the chance of losing your battery a lot sooner than you should. So really, your usage percentage for a lead acid battery is about 50%, whereas with the lithium watt battery, you can run it to about 80 to 90% of usage before you begin to need to start charging it with your solar panels or whatever you're using. So that being said, we can go straight into calculating and understanding amps, watts, and volts. With that, we're going to start off with voltage. It's super simple. I like to think of it as your blood pressure. It's basically your blood vessels as the wire, and the electrons that are flowing through to create energy is the blood. So as the pressure increases within that vessel or that wire, the more blood is pumped out. That's just how voltage works. The pressure in the wire, your voltage, is increased and more product is received at the end. So then you have your amps, which is just the flow rate. So how fast are those electrons flowing through that vessel? And then you have your watts, which is just your voltage and your amps multiplied together. And you also now have the equation you need to pretty much figure out any missing variable from that equation. So you can use that to help understand things like how long is it going to take to charge my battery with the certain solar panels I have, or how long do I have until I need to charge my battery with all the appliances I'm using, or how efficient will my solar panels be at this percentage of sunlight or that percentage of sunlight. So it can actually play a very big part in choosing what you're going to use. You definitely need that to double check your math and double check your calculations for your electrical setup. With that, you move right into having the wiring for your solar panels. There's two types of wiring that we're going to talk about, or wiring arrays. That is going to be in parallel and in series. Now, with a parallel wiring, you actually have all of your positives connected together and then all of your negatives connected together. And these will remain in a parallel direction. This actually allows each solar panel to work as an individual unit. So if you have one solar panel absorbing about 90% of sunlight, and then these two with a tree over it that's only absorbing about 50% of sunlight, it can affect that, but you still get your full 90% here and then your 50% here. Whereas with a series, everything is actually connected so that it works as one unit. Therefore, if this one's doing 90 and this one's doing 50, this solar panel is only going to pull in up to 50 of that 50% for energy and sunlight. So that can cause a major change in where you put your solar panels or how you use them. That is basically all you need to know for the basics of solar panel arrays. So as you can see, it does actually take quite a bit of planning to get ready for your solar panel system and to make sure that you've made all the right decisions. So hopefully with this video, you feel a little bit more confident about your choices and what path you would like to take when you build your solar panel system. So have fun in the sun, guys.